Hi, everyone. This is Willie Crawford, and I'm joining my friend George Stavros today on this webinar where we're going to share with you some things. George is a health and wellness expert who's a health and fitness expert, actually, wellness, who's been in the industry for well over 20 years. And the thing is, I've been working with George for the last year or more. I looked at his product very early on and I really liked it. And then I looked at the fact that I'm getting older. I turned 60 next year. And so I'm like, so many of my friends online are neglecting their health. And that is a very real concern for me because, we tend to spend all of our energies early in life trying to make money, and we make the money, but then we wake up one day and we go, wait, okay, so I got all this money, but now my health is crappy. So how do I get my health back? And that's totally backwards. You should focus on maintaining your health as you go into your golden years or whatever. Or even I know youngsters who are in worse health than I am in their 30s. So I am very, very focused on helping my fellow online marketers to have a healthier lifestyle, a healthier, happier lifestyle where you're not just saying, well, these are like degenerative diseases that I pick up in old age and stuff like that. That's not true. You don't need, I know people in their 90s who are healthy and some 30-year-olds. So I'm going to introduce you to George, and George is the creator of the Stavrou Method, which is a 12-week, day-by-day guide to health, wellness, and fat loss for people at all levels of fitness. And he, along with his team of experts, they cover the following areas, okay? They cover physical health, naturally, mental health, spiritual health, emotional health, financial health, which is a biggie, and relationships with ourselves and others. And George and I, we've done a number of Facebook Lives, but this webinar's purpose is to really show you the package that George has put together. He's been working with over 20 experts in the industry covering those topics. I basically want to sit back and take notes as George shares this information with you. At the same time, if you feel the need to reach out to us, we're very reachable. You can reach George via email, george.stavro@rogers.com. That's GEORGE STAVROU at ROGERS.com. And or me, I'm willie.crawford@gmail.com. That's WILLIE CRAWFORD at gmail.com. You can reach out to us, and we're very accessible. We want to hear from you, but we sincerely care about you and your health. It's not about, how do I sell somebody something, whatever. It's about how do I help you to live a longer, healthier, happier life, a more fulfilling life. And with that, George, I'm going to turn it over to you. I'm going to shut up for the most part, but I'm here, and I'm going to chime in every now and then,
Perfect.
just because I have some stuff I want to say every now and then.
Fantastic. Well, I do appreciate your fantastic intro as always. And to preface this a little bit, folks, so the links that we're going to be covering in this video presentation will also be in the description box below the video. So if you miss something, it's just a matter of click on the links in the box and we're good to go from there. So this presentation is titled How to Live a Longer, Healthier Life Naturally while reducing your reliance on prescription medication.
Before you even get into your presentation, I have friends who are doctors, and we talk, and they talk about the fact that they do a lot of prescription medications, and the number one prescription medications are anti-inflammatory, treating pain and arthritis and things like that. Number two medication they prescribe right now is for blood pressure. So it's number two. I talk to these guys. So what you're sharing with people is stuff that is very real in my world. It's like what we're going to share with people in no way negates listening to your medical professional. It's the fact that you need to take responsibility for your health. Okay, you can consult with your physician or whatever all you want to, but in the end, all the decisions are up to you, and you need to decide that you're going to be responsible for your health. And I'm back over to you, George.
Yeah, well, and Willie, I do appreciate you adding that important information. So the thing is, Willie and I are not anti-medication by any means. There's certainly a time and place for it. It's just the idea is to share the principles in this package and also in our presentation with the intention of hopefully reducing the medication or perhaps weaning people off of entirely, but that's certainly a conversation to have with your physician while you're monitoring things. So let's just jump back right into it. The title of the package is The Stavrou Method, a 12-week day-by-day guide to health, wellness, and fat loss for all levels. So once again, I'd like to thank you for the past fantastic intro, and certainly excited to be here again with you all. So what you'll learn by watching this presentation, so we're looking at the importance of taking a holistic and preventative approach to optimal health and wellness. The 6 key areas of holistic and preventative health that Willie mentioned earlier, why holistic and preventive health should be a primary concern for everyone, and how this package differs from the many others that are in the marketplace. I'm also going to give you some free gifts to help you with your health and wellness goals just for staying till the end of this video presentation, and they're valued at over $300. So if you stay until the end, we'll also give you details on how you can get your hands on the Stavrou Method, a 12-week, day-by-day guide to health, wellness, and fat loss for all levels at a ridiculously low intro price.
And I'm going to interrupt right here and say, people go, why 12 weeks? The 12 weeks is because what we're doing actually is we're encouraging you to establish new habits, new lifestyle habits. And it takes a certain amount of time for you to do things over and over again before they become habits. So 12 weeks, you replace bad habits with good habits, whether it's in eating and exercising and thinking, whatever. That's why the 12 weeks. And so back to you, George.
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah. And feel free to jump in whenever you like, Willie. Yeah. So in the 30 plus years I've been studying health and wellness, I've dealt with hundreds of individuals from various walks of life. So we're looking at both genders, preteens to senior citizens, obese and sedentary people to minor league athletes. And in the early stages of my career, I focused mainly on the physical body. So we're looking at the exercise, nutrition and supplementation, proper sleep, and recovery. And while those I worked with did get some great results, many of them also shared the struggles in other areas of health that are often overlooked. So I too found that I had challenges in the same areas, but I didn't know where to go to get answers to the questions that I had. So perhaps there was a reason why our paths crossed in the first place, and that there were lessons to be learned on both sides. So I found out the more that I had my stuff together, I think I put a swear word there earlier. Sorry, Willie.
That's okay.
So
We all use those words amongst ourselves, so it's fine.
Appreciate that. I'm just trying to keep this as PG compatible as possible. Okay. So I found that the more that I had my stuff together, the easier it was for me to help others with their issues. And do I have all the answers in the above areas? Without hesitation, I would say no. And don't believe anyone that says that they do. But I have built some.
We're all biologically different. So anybody that says this will work for you, they can't say that honestly because they don't know your biology, your physiology, your chemistry. So there is no one fits all. And I appreciate that about the way you approach this, George.
Oh, exactly. And another thing is, and I'm glad that you mentioned that, because a lot of times you'll have one individual that claims to be an expert in the half dozen areas that we are speaking about. It's challenging enough to be an expert just in one area, perhaps two, but to be an expert in all 6, it just like they're feeding you a whole bunch of crow. So basically, it's like what we're doing over here is we're just gathering people in the different areas. So fortunately, I built some incredible relationships with some experts in the areas that Willie mentioned above. And while they're great at what they do, they're also striving to learn more and improve in their various areas of expertise. So what I can safely say is that I'm one of the hubs in the health and wellness industry, and my goal is to align with experts in the different modalities mentioned earlier. So Willie and I are huge believers in taking a preventative and holistic approach to one's health and wellness. So you could be doing very well in 5 areas, but if you're going through a messy divorce, that can do a number on these 5 areas. Or here's another example. You could really be on top of your game in 5 of these areas, but what happens if you get diagnosed with cancer? There's not only the physical side of things that you need to be concerned with, but also the impact it will have elsewhere in your life. So here's some info on each of the 6 areas mentioned and the importance of each one. So physical health. Our bodies are meant to move and be active. Studies have shown that those that are more active tend to be in better overall health than those that do not move regularly, everything else being the same. They get sick less often, and when they do get sick, they recover much faster than their sedentary counterparts.
You know, and I'm most of my friends and I, we have this thing where we just sit in front of our computer screens all day. We're very sedentary. I eat in front of my computer some days. I have to confess that. And I don't move as much as I need to, but I get out and I go for a walk every day at the same time. It makes a huge difference in your health, all the areas you're going to cover. So our bodies are meant to move. And if you just sit there like a lump on a log watching reality television or whatever, you're killing yourself. You know, so I'm very big in don't do that. You know, I want to. There was a show on American television called Hee Haw a long time ago where a patient would go into the doctor and she'd go, "Doctor, it hurts when I do this," and she'd make a certain movement, and the doctor would whack her and say, "Well, don't do that. You know, just don't do that. You know, you know what you need to do, so fix it. It's in your hands."
Well, and you brought up another great point, because there's times that I see that you're online. You know, I'll go to bed for the night. I wake up the next day, and I'm thinking that you've actually gone to sleep around the same time that I have, but you've been working away throughout the whole night. So fortunately, you are aware of that, and you do remind yourself to get up and get moving. So being focused on whatever activities that you're doing while you're working on the computer is one thing, but we certainly have to get up and move the body the way that it's intended. So certainly some great points to bring it up.
So move on to mental health. Let's do that, because I may need some help there.
Okay. Yeah. So as far as the mental health, so you find that you replace certain events from your past, even though it happened, say, days, weeks, months, or even years ago. And revisiting the past to learn from it is one thing, but dwelling on things that can't be changed is not recommended and can, in fact, make you ill.
You don't let your past control you. Your past is your past. And
that's right.
If bad things happened or whatever things you view as bad, let go of those. And that takes it takes a certain strength to let go of those things, but you have to let go of those things in order to move forward.
Yeah, because it could just drag you down, definitely.
Yes.
So the next area we're going to be looking at is spiritual health. So there are hundreds of religions around the world. So personally, I'm not putting down anyone's religious beliefs. I believe in a higher power, and I tend to be more spiritual in nature than religious, but everybody has their own path that they're following.
I agree with you totally on the religion thing. A lot of the world's religions are meant to control rather than empower. I grew up Christian, and yet, I don't know, around 400 AD, they removed a lot of things from the Christian Bible that were there in the early days because it conflicted with the church's desire to control you. And it's like, wait, you know. So I believe we're all spiritual beings, and we're all connected, and we all actually think the same. So all this hatred and all this other stuff in the world, I first of all disconnect from it. And I'm sure you'll get into that some, but I don't dwell on negativity. Uh, I think you're entitled to your beliefs, and I support your beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
Let you continue, George.
I appreciate that. Yeah. And, there's nothing wrong with sharing your beliefs with others. Just don't force it on anyone. With Willie's approach in life, he's more to the positive, optimistic side of it. And that ties into the next point to say as far as emotional health. So this ties in closely with mental health. And what I'm going to ask you is, what kinds of conversations do you have with others and also with yourself? So do you spend time with those that constantly complain about things but never look for a solution? Or do you actively spend time with those that are working towards their goals and you learn from one another? Next point I'd like to bring up is financial health. And here's a concept that I learned years ago when I was taking accounting in high school. What's called zero-based thinking. So basically, the idea was to go over all of your expenses at the end of the year,
Mm-hmm.
and knowing what I now know, would I do this again? For example, spend money in this area. Is this something that I need or just something I want? And how can I improve the situation?
And that's huge, because that is one of the biggest stressors in actually the area you're going to cover next, which is relationships. Because I think, well, I know that financial stress over trying to be able to meet bill payments and things like that, causes more problems than most people realize, in their lives. And I'm very big about, solving that with people, because we live in such an advanced age that the answer is there. You just have to see it, and George and I will share that with you, but it's there. You don't have to worry about money. I mean, well, first of all, you don't need to worry about trying to impress others by possessions. You should be happy with what you have,
Mm-hmm.
but you can have more. You can have more. We
Correct.
live in a limitless universe. It's knowing how to get there. So why don't we go on to relationships, George?
Well, and to add a little bit more to your great points, considering your background, you came from just rather poor means growing up, and you're a true,
Government
yeah,
subsistence, or welfare, we call it in the U.S. Yes,
yeah. So the fact that you did not take that whole victim approach, and you've done a lot of fantastic things with your life, it's certainly a testament to saying well, just because you start off a certain way does not mean that you can't improve your situation. And that goes to any of the points that we're bringing up, so whether it's a financial, physical, mental, spiritual, emotion, or even the relationships that we're talking about over here. So it's just a matter of aligning yourself with people that you respect and also respect you. And that's certainly a big part of just one's holistic approach to health over here. So you have to ask yourself, do you spend your time with those that don't respect you? You let others treat you poorly, so they take advantage of you regularly, and I call them energy vampires.
absolutely.
And I've been with people like that in the past, learned my lesson. What Willie said earlier, don't dwell on the mistakes from the past, leave them where they belong, and just move forward with things.
My one of my mentors, Dan Kennedy, talks about time vampires. These are people who they focus their agenda on you, and all of a sudden their agenda becomes your agenda because you allowed it to happen, and they suck up all your time.
Yeah.
I'm very protective of my time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very giving at the same time. So I don't have a problem with people calling me, texting me, whatever, but you have to be uh, coherent with my goals. And
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
and respect one another and set boundaries. And we've been working together on this for the better part of a year. And
right.
while we're great friends, it's just okay, Willie, when are we getting together? What are we covering? How much time are we setting aside?
Absolutely.
I truly value everything that you're putting into this. It's just at the same time, I don't want to interfere with other things on your side of it. So that's certainly a big part of it. Like, don't let others infringe upon your space, and just know when to say no. That's certainly a big part of it.
Yes. And there's a expression that if you don't, what is it? Something along the lines, if you don't set your own agenda, then other people happily make their agenda your agenda. You know, if you don't have your priorities or your projects, then other people will gladly take over your life and make their projects your projects. You know, your priorities. And so it's important to set those boundaries. Very important. And you know, I'm very open about that. But let's go on, and why don't we share with our folks some stuff about what we're really here for today.
Yep, definitely. Yeah. So one of the things that we'd like to mention here is that many fairly common diseases are a lot more dangerous than many people realize. So for example, diabetes often leads to blindness, cold, numb, painful limbs, amputation, and premature death.
Mm-hmm.
So globally, 31.1% of the adult population, 1.39 billion people, have the silent killer, which is hypertension. And this was mentioned in a study in 2010, so probably even higher since then.
Absolutely.
And then adults who have unhealthy weight are at increased risk of heart disease, cancer, strokes, and type 2 diabetes.
What's blown me away there is I've watched people in their 20s and 30s. I watched one guy in his late 20s have a stroke, and I watched another guy early 40s, no, late 30s, have a heart attack. And I'm like, goodness. And that's all, I think, lifestyle, but some of it could be genetic. Some of it could be genetic, you know.
Well,
yeah.
We don't want to blame our genes for everything, and there's a lot of things that we can do to take control of it. A gentleman I went to high school with died from a stroke in his late 30s.
Wow.
And he wanted to be active throughout high school, and it shocked a lot of people. And it's a wake-up call to quite a few of my friends as well, saying, if it happened to Brian, it could happen to any of us at any time.
Yes.
So that's a big reason why, we put together this package to help out as far as the preventative and the holistic approach to health and wellness.
Mm-hmm.
And back to our points here. So when we talk about cancer, that's the second leading cause of death globally, and it's responsible for 8.8 million deaths in 2015. So globally, nearly 1 in 6 deaths is due to cancer.
Mm.
And around 1/3 of deaths from cancer are due to the 5 leading behavioral and dietary risks. So we're looking at a high body mass index, low fruit and vegetable intake, lack of physical activity, tobacco use, and alcohol use. So a lot of it is.
And I work on my body fat, and I eat a lot of fruits and veggies, grow my own fruits and veggies.
Yeah.
I walk 5 to 10 miles a day, and I do all of that stuff. I've never smoked, even though I grew tobacco on the farm in North Carolina. Alcohol, I abused at one time, and I didn't realize that was a factor in cancer. But now that I do know it is, I backed off from it. But you have to be aware of what you're doing, what you have control over, and what you're doing in your lifestyle.
Correct.
Yeah.
And you can have some things in moderation. I'm not a purist by any means. I'll go out and have the occasional alcoholic beverage, perhaps once a month or something. And for me, it's the taste of it and the company that I'm with. But it may be 2 drinks throughout the whole
that's a
night.
matter of being social. The people who have problems with, say, addictions, then it's chemical, and they don't stop with 1 drink. They keep going. I know those people because I am one of those people. I have no problem with admitting that and sharing that with people and helping people to actually break that cycle. So, life is what it is. I'm totally transparent.
And that's what I love about your approach since day one, and the fact that you have overcome challenges like this.
Yeah.
It certainly makes you more approachable, rather than people looking at the two of us and saying, well, George and really have their shit together. Well, we haven't always been like this.
No, not at all.
Yeah. At my worst, I was actually very overweight, almost to the point of being obese, approaching 250 pounds, and it wasn't a good
Wow.
250. So right now, I'm at a solid weight of about 205, 210, and
Hmm.
almost in the shape that I was in back in high school, which is a good 30, yeah, about 30 years ago. So like, regardless of where you're starting from, under the right kind of guidance, you can certainly make some tremendous improvements in your life.
And you use the word diet, and a lot of people see that as a negative. Diet just means what you ingest in your body. We are what we eat. And so diet doesn't have to mean sacrifice. I eat what I want to eat, actually. Uh, but I
Mhm.
eat things that I know are good for me, you know. So diet is, we're not talking here about sacrifice. We're talking about you knowing what you're doing to your body in the process.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I'm going to veer away a little bit from our PowerPoint and just
That's
spend
okay.
a minute on this. So as far as the whole diet side of it, I put together the Stavrou diet, and to give a bit of background on this, I'm not a nutritionist, but I've actually studied closely with a lot of nutritionists that are experts in their particular areas. And the whole idea with this is just treat yourself once in a while. So while we're doing the recording, it's early December. The holiday is just right around the corner.
Mm.
Enjoy for what it is. Start out eating something healthy. And if you're going to have a little bit of the junky stuff, chances are you're not going to eat as much because you're somewhat full from eating the good stuff already. And when you know that you can actually enjoy some of the junk food once in a while, you're not depriving yourself. It's a lot easier to stick with the program rather than somebody say, never have this ever again. And
I,
that's the thing.
I'm invited to several holiday parties right now, and I will attend those parties.
Yeah,
But one of the things I'll do is before I walk into the party is I'll hydrate, drink a lot of
yeah,
water, so that my
exactly.
stomach's already full, and so now I don't want to eat as much of
Definitely.
these sweets or these holiday treats, and yet I can fit in and not throw myself, not gain 20 pounds over the holiday season. That's important, I think.
hmm Fantastic approach. Yeah, loving it.
Yeah. Sorry, I threw you off a little.
No, that's okay. And to let everybody know, Willie and I always have a conversational approach, so it's not our typical presentation that you see other people doing.
That's okay.
And so the reason why I like that we cover the different illnesses and diseases I mentioned earlier, we're not doing this to scare you and make it seem that there's no hope. We actually have some great news for you that's absolutely life changing for you and your loved ones. So research has shown that approximately 80% of illnesses and diseases can be prevented from happening in the first place, or at least minimized from happening, by following a sound lifestyle and weight management program. So Dr. Serrano is a well-sought-out expert on health, and he travels worldwide to present on the preventive approach to health and wellness, and he's also one of the contributors to our package. And he shared some rather wise words with me a while back. So basically, he was saying that the best cure for any illness or disease is not to get it in the first place. So we're looking at prevention versus treatment. I'm not sure what the stats are like down in the US. I think it might be similar to what we have in Canada, but
They're very similar.
and approximately 95% of healthcare dollars goes into treatment, and only 5% goes into prevention, which is huge. So it's not to say you'll stop the prevention side, entirely. Sorry, stop the treatment side entirely, but certainly be more proactive as far as preventing things from coming up in the first place. So you're going to ask yourself, why are we telling you all this? So not only have I had my own challenges with the above, but I've watched loved ones go through the same thing. So you're going to learn about an exciting package that I've spent years putting together with collaborations from over 20 experts in the area of holistic health and wellness. And our team can help you transform your body and life. So I put together this incredible team, and we've also created this incredible program for you that's written in easy to understand language that'll help to understand why you might not be in the best shape and how you can fix it. So you don't have to look like a model. Our program is designed to help you get into the best shape of your life. So it's not just what you're seeing in the mirror, but also how you're feeling on the inside. And because of the experience that my team brings to the table, we can show you precisely what you can do about it, starting right away. Every day, we share with you a new insight to make your program easy to follow. It's very forgiving, and if you fall off the wagon, that's okay. Just dust yourself off and pick up where you left off. So, and this is precisely what this exciting new program shows you in an easy to understand, simple to use, in a no-nonsense way. So if you're sick of sorting through the thousands of health and fitness websites, magazines, books, and articles that often have conflicting advice, and you just want to understand the basic principles of fitness and weight control to know what works and how to make it work for you, then this program will help you. And that's why I say that this may be the last health and wellness system you need to become healthier, leaner, and more energetic. So presenting the Stavrou Method, a 12-week, day-by-day guide to health, wellness, and fat loss for all levels. So I'll be sharing information with you on preventative and holistic health and wellness that many individuals are just not aware of. It's really quite simple, straightforward, and painless. So when you do what I carefully lay out for you in the Stavrou Method, you understand why many of the fitness and wellness programs you tried in the past didn't live up to their claims. The Stavrou Method has everything in place that you need to reach your health, wellness, and fat loss goals. You get one email delivered daily that gives you the following: daily exercise videos to help you stay on track, meal suggestions that are not only healthy but simple and quick to make, supplement suggestions to help you get even faster results with your program, etc. This is carefully laid out so that you don't have to develop everything from scratch. In your course, you're going to get a lot of resources at your fingertips. And as you go through these course materials, I promise you that the information here will be life-changing and you will enjoy greater health, fitness, and fat loss like never before. So let's look in detail at what you're going to find within these course materials. This course contains several components. So the Stavrou Method, the whys of health, wellness, and fat loss for all levels. So in this book, I cover the good, the bad, and the ugly on exercise, nutrition, lifestyle and weight management, proper sleep and recovery, supplements, fitness assessments, what to speak to your doctor about before starting your program, etc. So do you want to just blindly follow our program, or do you want to understand our recommendations and how they're going to benefit you in your journey to losing weight? Oh, looks like my friend Willie's back. There he is.
Yes.
So, and then with the next set of books, we'll look at the Stavrou Method, the hows of health, wellness, and fat loss for all levels. So these books provide you a day-by-day guide to follow in health, fitness, and fat loss. And as perfect as it saves you a lot of time, you don't have to put together your own program. There's a number of videos in here. So these are some screenshots from the beginner level. And there's 3 phases per level, each phase lasting 4 weeks. Okay. Screenshots of the intermediate and also advanced. So regardless of where you're starting on your journey, there's something here to help you out with your goals. So we're looking at over 85 online videos showing you exactly how to perform your exercises so that you get the most out of your workout time and your weight loss program. You can even watch them on your PC or Mac, or even view them on your cell phone when you go to the gym.
And that's very important, actually, George, because probably 70% of the world right now accesses the internet via their cell phones. And so even if they're not at the gym, they're watching it on their cell phone right now.
Exactly, yeah. And I just think back to when we were growing up, cell phones didn't have the capability that they do now. I didn't have a cell phone up until, say, maybe 6-7 years ago. So you figure prior to that, you're bringing the book or the magazine to the gym with you.
Yes.
And what you can get from a picture compared to actually having a video on the screen and with the audio behind it, describing how to do the movement properly.
Absolutely.
So the investment in our package is normally $127 US, but I made special arrangements with my good friend Willie Crawford so you can get it for the ridiculously low investment of only 47 US. So how much would you spend on dinner for two with a loved one? Chances are it's much more than what we just said. And this price is valid until 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, December 31st, 2018, and we'll go back to the initial promotional price of 127 US on January 1st, 2019.
And to translate that, it's until midnight, December 31st. You can get it for $47. And then as soon as the clock clicks over to 2019, the price goes back to the normal price. And it's well worth that, because you shouldn't put a price on your health, or your life. You should be willing to spend whatever it takes to maintain good health. But go ahead and take advantage of it now, because this is not a fake scarcity or anything. The price is going to go back on the 1st of January.
Yeah, it's actually programmed in JVZoo at that point, and once it's set up, we just can't do anything about it. So, we're certainly encouraging you to help your loved ones with their health and wellness goals. And you can also sign up as an affiliate of ours if you're interested. So not only can you help your friends and family, your commissions from sales of our package. And all you need to do is have two of your loved ones purchase the package, and your package is free. So the more people that you help, the more people benefit. We're looking at a win-win for everyone. And
for those of you who don't understand affiliate marketing, you recommend something to someone else, and when they purchase, you get a commission. And with JVZoo, that commission is instant, so it instantly goes to your PayPal account, basically. And while my focus is on getting you to get yourself better, if you sign up to other people, you make more than enough to cover your cost of purchasing or investing in this package, which is very reasonable right now. And, so no reason not to do it,
Exactly, yeah. And as Willie mentioned, you make commissions off of that, and as an affiliate, we provide you with all the tools to help get the message out to your loved ones. So we make it as much of a no-brainer as possible. And our goal with the Stavrou Method is to help ease the burden on our healthcare system while empowering others to take their health and wellness into their own hands. So a healthier individual helps to build healthier communities, which can eventually lead to a healthier nation. So win-win all around. And if that's not enough,
my daughter, she said something to me not too long ago that sort of guilted me into wanting to live longer. She said, "Dad, don't you want to live long enough to see your grandkids have kids?" And I'm like, I didn't think about that. My youngest grandchild is only 2 years old, but my oldest one is 14. And I'm like, well, yeah, I sort of want to see future generations of my family. And so why would I not want to take care of myself and live, as long as possible? I'm not about living forever. I'm about quality of life as well as quantity of life.
And that's certainly a big part, yeah.
It is. I want to be healthy and vibrant, in my older years. And I've seen 90-year-olds out jogging and stuff like that. So it's very possible, as long as you take care of yourself, as long as you take responsibility for your health. And let me let you go on with the 20 experts, which includes me, actually.
Yep. Oh, Willie, I think you're starting to fade a little bit. I'm not sure what's happening to the volume, my friend.
Okay, sorry. Is it better now?
A little bit. You're not quite as clear as you were before, my friend. Okay, yeah. So if all this is not enough to get you excited to begin your journey to optimal health and wellness, we're also including tons of bonuses from our 20+ experts in the following areas. Oh, sorry, our previous note there about the different images here. Yeah. So it's here's a list of all the different experts that we do have on board, and you can get more information by visiting our website. And if you mouse over the image on the website, not only do you get their name, but their credentials and the bonuses that they're offering. And they cover the different areas. So we're looking at physical health, mental, spiritual, emotional, financial, and relationships with ourselves and others. So the total value of the bonuses is valued at over several $1,000s, many more times than the actual investment in the package itself. And Willie Crawford himself is also offering fantastic bonuses. There's actually two of them with a total value of $294. So bonus one, it's 20 videos sharing information on 20 of his favorite essential oils. And that's a $97 value. And then bonus two, it's training titled How to Make $200,000 per year selling digital information products. That's a $197 value. So with this product, there'll be an MP4 video, an MP3 audio, and a PDF transcript. And Willie's been at this game for the longest time, so he's certainly somebody you can learn a lot from.
22 years.
Wow. I can't even fathom something like that. And if you guys are concerned about the package not living up to everything that we claim it does, we offer a 45-day, 100% money-back guarantee. No questions asked if you're not happy for whatever reason. So our special price, arranged through Willie, is only $47 US, and as he mentioned earlier, it expires December 31st at midnight, and then it'll go back to our initial price of $127 US on January 1st of 2019. And do you remember what I said earlier about 80% of illnesses and diseases can be prevented entirely or minimized from happening in the first place by following a sound lifestyle and weight management program, and that the best cure for any illness or disease is not to get in the first place, prevention versus treatment. So a preventative and holistic approach that covers the areas that we mentioned previously is necessary for overall health. Combining a preventative approach with an holistic approach is certainly the way to go when it comes to optimal health and wellness. So Willie C and I strongly encourage you to invest in your health and in your journey to optimal holistic health and wellness by purchasing our package at www.thestavrou-method.com. And let the Stavrou Method be the product that will finally help you achieve your health, fitness, and fat loss goals. And now for the bonuses I promised you for watching today's video. So bonus one is recommended blood work from your general practitioner to ensure you're ready to begin a lifestyle and fat loss program. So the link, as I mentioned earlier, is going to be in the description box below the video. And there's lots of great info to help you when you're speaking to your healthcare practitioner. And bonus two is 1 week of meal plans.
That when you're talking to your doctor or your healthcare practitioner, you show them you know what's going on in your body and you take responsibility for your health. So, my doc, I speak in medical terms even. Then they know, okay, so this person knows what I'm talking about. And again, you're taking responsibility for your health. You're not depending on someone else to you're not looking at someone else almost like a godlike figure where you say, you tell me what to do and I'll do this. You're saying, no, I've researched this topic.
Exactly.
And I am taking responsibility for my health and my life. And they appreciate that, because they're dealing with people all day, every day, who just go in and say, tell me what to do.
Correct. Yeah.
Don't do that.
Well, and that's a great point. And it goes back to what we were speaking about at the beginning of the video, where oftentimes a doctor will put somebody on, say, high blood pressure medication. And I know some physicians say you're going to be on this for the rest of your life. That's not necessarily the case.
No.
So by taking matters into your own hands, just say, Doc, here's what I'm looking at doing. Can we reevaluate it every 3 months? Where am I at with things? And perhaps you can start gradually wean yourself off the medication, or maybe just stop it entirely under their supervision.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And then as far as the second bonus, so we're looking at 1 week of meal plans from the Stavrou diet. So we're looking at a week's worth of fabulous recipes that are simple to make and taste great.
And it's really about that word diet again. It's you want to cook foods that are healthy for you, that are easy to make, and that don't feel like you deprive yourself of anything. So George is consulted with a top chef in the Toronto area, and these are absolutely delicious recipes. But you don't have to stop eating the things you enjoy. You have to know what you're doing to your body when you eat those things.
Exactly. Yeah. And what we've done is we've actually fine-tuned the diet to take into account person's just different genetics and needs and intolerances to certain foods and things like that. So this is not a static diet like a lot of the diets that are out there in the marketplace. It's a dynamic one that makes it a lot easier for people to follow based
Yes.
on like where they're coming from. So that pretty well wraps up our presentation. So until next time, we certainly wish you all the happiness, health, and abundance you desire. Yours in health and fitness. So signing off, George Stavrou, President of the Stavrou Method, and my good friend Willie Crawford, Wellness Advocate.
And you need to go ahead and take advantage of this small investment now in the Stavrou Method. George will give you the URL, but the price is going up on January 1st. It's still a good buy on the 1st, but get it now and save, what, $60, $70?
Exactly, yeah. Why spend more than what you have to? So we're recording this on December 4th. It'll be posted bright and early tomorrow, and the special price will be going on until the end of the month. And you may be asking yourself, like, okay, I'm ready to get started. What do I need to do now?
Mhm.
So we're glad you asked. So just visit the link below to get an acute savings off our regular price of $127 US. And to repeat the URL, it's www.thestavroumethod.com.